What's going on, everyone? This is your Astrology Horoscope for January 2nd, 2024. I'm astrologer Alex Skyles, and welcome to the Moonbase. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Hope you guys had a great new year. I know I did. It was finally sunny here in Los Angeles. It's been quite cloudy for the past month or two after Thanksgiving and through Christmas. I think that reflects how the astrology's kind of been with this Mercury retrograde, which is now direct as of yesterday evening, which is great. But today with this moon in Virgo, as soon as we're coming into today, the moon is going to make a nice little 90 degrees square to Mercury that is now direct in Sag, which is not its favorite place to be. So with the moon in Virgo, which is ruled by Mercury, being Virgo, and Mercury in Sag, in its most probably least favorite place to be, I think there's a lot of clarity coming in with the conversations that need to be had around some confusion that has come up over the past couple of weeks, and conversations that have just kind of gone on and on and on and haven't resolved. Maybe have gone in circles, especially when it comes to opinions and beliefs and our values and our philosophies and, what we really think about, the world and ourselves and how we relate to all of that. And I think with this conjunction of the moon with Juno here, I think this really is about our partnerships and where some confusion and thoughts and conversations that we've had over the past couple of weeks within our partnerships that have not been resolved. I think, this is a moment where some clarity is coming in, finally, and it's going to take a couple days for Mercury to start getting some traction. It's going to be stopped at 22 degrees and 11 minutes for a moment, just for a few days, and then we'll start moving forward. But this is the moment where things are stopped. We can see things, a little bit more clearly. The mirage is starting to come into focus. It's like when the camera's out of focus and it's starting to slowly come in. And over the next few days, the camera's going to come into focus a little bit more. And at the same time, with this square to Mercury, Mars, and the moon are also going to come into a square too. So we don't want to allow these conversations to get blown out of proportion, especially with Mercury stop. This might not be the best day to come to its final conclusion, especially at the same time with the, opposition in a T-square to Neptune, which is the ruler of Pisces. Things can get a little confusing, and if we're not being grounded, emotionally grounded, where the moon in Virgo is calling us to be, things can get a little over the top with Mercury and Mars and Sag, and Mercury's going to square Neptune later this week. So we want to be patient. We want to trust the divine, and that's Neptune and Pisces, which is dominant here. Mercury doesn't want to be in Sag. It wants to get to a much more grounded place. Mars loves to be in Sag, but at the same time with Mercury there, it's a little over the top, the thoughts and the words that we say. So we got to kind of rein that in and not fall into the confusion. And especially when it comes to our beliefs, and, there's definitely some clashing of beliefs here. Venus is off that square to Saturn, and it's preparing to make it's in conjunction to Jupiter. Venus wants to be where Jupiter's at, and Jupiter wants to be where Venus is at. So when it comes to our beliefs and our values, there's been some confusion in our partnerships. So as this clarity starts to come into focus, like we got to maintain that grounded energy. This moon in Virgo is helping us be there, but at the same time, it's like Neptune is so dominant right now. So that high vibration of, intuition and that spirituality and that kind of giant wave that, seems like we're surfing all the time with the Neptune direct. That's kind of what Neptune direct to me it feels like. Is just like we're constantly surfing, the biggest waves possible, especially at its final degrees here. We got to ride these waves, as calm and collected as we can be. And we got to be able to see the future. Mercury and Sag can see the future, can see the bigger picture, can see the bigger vision here. And especially with Mars there, it's like we're acting upon that bigger vision. We're acting upon towards, expanding our knowledge and expanding our spiritual beliefs, but at the same time, like when we're talking about Sagittarius, it's like this is where natural law comes into the forefront. Natural law takes over. So when we're talking about Sagittarius transitioning into Capricorn, this is natural law and the divine and the higher realms, merging. Mars is about to be at its final degree of Sag. So this is the culminating point here before it goes into Capricorn, which Mars is exalted in Capricorn, so it can't wait to be there. It loves to be in Sag, but it really wants to be in Capricorn. That's where it's at its finest point, And in this Capricorn season, this is one of the last times. I mean, it won't be the last. I will see the sun in Capricorn. Sorry, I'm getting a phone call. We'll see the sun. I think in 2025 we'll see the sun and Pluto in Capricorn. Maybe not. Correct me if I'm wrong. But, this is one of the last times we're going to see the sun and Pluto and Capricorn together. So, once Mars rolls into Capricorn here later this week, like we are really moving fast, and on the 26th, Uranus is going to be direct, and that's the last planet that was retrograde. And, once we get out of these shadow periods of Jupiter and Mercury, like we are kicking ass, but we don't want to allow today to just fly off the handle with this kind of unsettling energy. That's kind of what Mercury stationing direct can feel like is, it can get a little like, unsettling. Because it's totally stopped. And that's okay. That's totally okay. It's a great time to reflect. This is a great time to meditate and just channel and let things come into you. Sagittarius rules our intuition and our right brain. This is a time to feel. With Neptune also in a square here in opposition to the moon, it's like this is a time to feel and allow the feelings to come in. And with that Mars and Sag, it's like we want to channel these feelings and emotions in a healthy way and not in a extreme way. Mars and Sag it can get extreme. So we want to channel these feelings, even if we're feeling confused. It's like we know it's going to pass. This too shall pass. And we're on our way. We are getting some traction here. And over the next few weeks, definitely by the time you get to the Sun and Pluto conjunction and then Uranus is direct, it's like we're going to start getting our wheels back, and the pavement's going to dry and we can actually, be moving at 200 miles an hour, on a dry track and not be sliding around like we have been over these past couple months for sure. So, there's a lot to look forward to. No doubt about that. It's just really reflecting, checking in with ourselves and checking in with the people that we love. This is a time where it's like we need each other more than ever to get through to we don't know what to expect through this coming year with all this Uranian and Aquarian energy. So it's like we really need to be there for each other more than ever at this moment. Some people are very confused right now. Some people are very, on the other side of things, on the Virgo side of things, where it's like, hey, it's like, look, like this is how things are. This is, the direction we need to take. And this is the process, and we're here to serve each other and love each other. And that's what's really important, with all this mutable energy. It's like 1 minute it's this, the next minute it's that. And, it's hard to hold on. Things can get really slippery, So once Mars comes into Capricorn, it's like things are going to start becoming more solid. Mercury will be in Capricorn. Venus will be in Sag, which is fun. But, we gotta be grounded, So we're going to be getting our wheels back, coming through this next week. So, yeah, today is a day where things are starting to come into focus, I would definitely say. And, there's a lot of conversations that will come up, over this next week here. So I think we have a lot to look forward to. More than we felt in a long time. And we're going to feel the Sun and Pluto. That's when they conjunct here towards the end of the Sun in Capricorn. I mean, we're going to feel the vibration shift so dramatically that it's, we only caught a glimpse of it last year, but this is like where it really starts to we're going to start feeling what it's going to feel like over the next 20 years. So we do have a lot to look forward to. And we have these next 6 months as Uranus comes direct to start really kicking ass, So definitely today is one of these days where it's like we're clearing out the fog, and the junk. We really have to get that junk out. And that's what this Mercury and Sag coming direct is wanting us to do. It's like we know in our minds how to act upon doing better for ourselves, because it's easy to fall into that place of, confusion or just, not, trusting your own intuition and thinking too far ahead or overthinking, with that moon in Virgo too. It's like we can overthink things, and the Mercury and Sag is like we can overdo things. We can oversay things. And with that Mars, it's like it can be over the top, so. Today is one of those days where it's all coming into focus and we're going to start getting our wheels back, and the traction is going to start being much more tangible over these next couple weeks. So I hope you guys have a lovely Tuesday and a great start to the new year. I really appreciate you guys being here. Like this video, share this video. Find me on Instagram. If you're on the TikTok, I'll see you guys there. Also, for those of you leaving comments, which I really appreciate, feel free to ask questions. I'm thinking that, if you want to ask questions related to anything, astrology, life, whatever, any personal things. I mean, on the next video, I'd be happy to answer them and, keep a conversation going. And, feel free to ask me anything. Find me anywhere online in any of the social areas. So have a lovely Tuesday, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.